It's really hard, actually. Not to be honest. I am very.
All that sleeping through the night and everything.
With earplugs. No, I'm very, very hands-on with the kids. I love being around them. So every day is off. When we're in Europe, we didn't travel 5 hours in the plane just to spend a few hours with them.
Just to get home.
Yeah, just to get home because I just love it. I mean, they're so wonderful and they grow so quickly. But I'm not saying that just to pretend I love being a dad, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and the time does fly, doesn't it? And you have to make sure
really quickly. So you got to find a balance between being on the road and being a family man and going to have whiskeys and work out.
Lifting those pints.
Yeah. Speaking of lifting points, you were celebrating your birthday the other night. Is that right?
This is true. Yeah. This is true. I've turned the big 4-0. Wow. But to be fair, 40 is the new 20, so I'm okay.
I'm with you. Yeah. And listen, you don't look a day over 20, whatever you want to say.
It's like being 18 with 22 of experience. Yeah.
What?
It's like turning 18 with 22 of experience.
Yeah, very good. I like it. I'll take that if you don't mind.
Yeah, he's the oldest, by the way.
Is he? Yeah. I can see that. I can tell you that. Yeah, the daddy of the gang. And did the guys get you a nice present?
Well, it was really great. We had a performance on the day of my birthday, and so they got a cake, put all the 40 candles on, brought it out at a certain moment of the show, and had the entire 6,000 people in a stadium singing happy birthday to me. There's not too many feelings that really quite compare to that. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So they didn't buy you anything as such, did they? Presumably the management supplied the cake.
Well, we didn't get the per diem stuff.
You guys must be doing well now. Do you buy them something?
No, we had no budget.
Yeah, we had no budget. Well, that's not true. We couldn't do the champagne, but we got Prosecco.
Listen, you know what?
We're frugal. The Irish understand that, yeah?
No, we don't. We're generous to a fault. That's half our problem.
There you go.
In fact, right? I barely know you, but we got you a present from the show.
Oh. So now we're gonna look like
This is just something that we wanted you to. Where am I holding this to? Yeah. We wanted you to remember tonight.
The fifth member.
You look very
it looks right, doesn't it? You keep drinking there, you're going to fall off the end of that perch. I think it looks good.
Well, a boy band is typically 5.
You're right.
So we need you.
I could be the
fifth member.
I could be the Brian McFadden or the something like that.
The face man.
What?
The face man. The face.
Yeah. Okay. Would I have to sing?
As such.
Do you sing? You don't sing.
We just pretend.
We actually, we just mime the whole thing.
Yeah.
We had some other singers actually, do the whole recording studio thing.
Okay.
There's 4 other guys.
Yes, we're looking as you.
Milli Vanilli, that's us.
He's a little bit Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
On the air.
I can see that. Clear guys, the funny thing is, you clearly are all kind of good friends. You seem quite comfortable because it was put together, kind of manufactured band, but you've grown to be good friends, obviously, yes? Apart from the birthday gifts. Because I think I remember at the beginning, the friendship didn't gel straight away, did it, Dave?
It was really strange because we were put together, we didn't know each other, coming from different countries, speaking a different language as well, coming especially from solo careers. That made it really difficult at first. Personally, I remember going to the studio. I used to write my songs, and then all of a sudden you have to share songs.
Because you were a pop star in France.
Well, I'd say just pop. Basking in the tube, like Damon Rice kind of thing. Okay. But however, when we got thrown into the studio, it was difficult. That whole thing. All of a sudden you have to play football. And I just played by myself, tennis kind of, and it was like,
gotcha.
Wow, that's a strange process. And hearing those amazing, huge voices of my 3 friends, with this big vibrato, was like, wow, what am I doing here? It's never going to work. But somehow we took the time, spent a lot of time sometimes arguing who's going to sing what and how we're going to do it. Get lost in translation as well. We had some funny moments, but you know what's funny is when you look back, we can laugh about it. We just have to look at each other and we'll have a laugh on stage, which is hard for the audience sometimes to catch up with.
Yeah.
But we have a ball constantly. We have
But I'm sure
a great time.
there fights still. I mean, 4 men going around this.
No, to be honest, really not. I mean, as Sebastian said, I would say the first 3 years were really tough.
Yeah.
Because we literally had never been with each other, known of each other before we started working in that studio that very first day. And everything had to establish itself from there. And that at an age as well where you kind of set in your ways
Yes,
already.
you're all 30-ish there.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
that stage, yeah.
So you got a personality developed, you know.
Yeah,
You're
you
not
don't be
just
making good
so
friends
flexible anymore like when you're a teenager and
Yeah.
everything, it's great, you know. So you've got your idea.
Do you not regret in a way, guys, that it didn't happen when you were teenagers because you could have all enjoyed the,
Oh, we like the new
the
direction.
fun and the women.
4 directions. No, I mean, I think it was a really good thing that we started this process after we had already kind of struggled through our own individual careers and trying to climb up the ladder of success in our own ways. That way, when we got to this point and it did explode the way it did, which none of us really expected, we were just doing the best we could, trying to make something we could all be proud of, that when the success did come, we were able to handle it better. I think when you're kind of at a certain age, when you're too young for fame and it's dropped in your lap, there's not a sense of it.
I went off the rails. I went crazy, still only getting back there. Sorry, are we boring you, Sebastian?
No, well, actually, I just wanted to say, that's all right,
You are being Lily, is that right?
French called Birouche, she's waving away à répondre, you see. Now the truth is, I was just thinking how things somehow as well have never changed. You know the bass. I remember when I met Carlos for the first time, I said, "Hey, hello, I'm the single one."
What, to you? Excuse me.
Carlos' first instinct is trying to sleep with everybody. Right?
Yeah, I was like,
If the 4 of us are going to be in a band together, we need to get this out of the way first. I'm going to try and hit it.
Yeah, do you imagine the conception that people have? That's funny actually, because we toured with Catherine Jenkins around Europe, and she had a conception of the 4 of us being really 4 guys with a suit, not really funny and this and that. Not that I'm saying we're funny, but we had such a great time. Really, it's amazing that people don't get to know us because we come to do TV and having a chance to talk to you like that.
I have to say, guys, that I didn't think you were going to be particularly funny either, but you're a great laugh. You really are. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to becoming the 5th member of Il Divo. I think it's going to work. Okay, still to come tonight, Oliver Collin, Aslan, and much more. See you in a minute.